Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, everyone. I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, who is in control? Is it you controlling your mind, or is your mind controlling you? Most people wake up in the morning and immediately they dive into the same routine. They think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and repeat the same actions as yesterday. And without even realizing it, they're living in the past, recreating the same life over and over again. But here's the truth: your thoughts create your reality. If you think negative, limiting thoughts, you reinforce a negative, limited life. But when you begin to change your thoughts, when you start thinking in new, empowering ways, you unlock the door to a new future. Your thoughts are more powerful than you can imagine. They aren't just fleeting ideas that pass through your mind. They are the architects of your reality. Every single thought you have sends a signal to your brain and body, influencing not only how you feel, but how you perceive the world and how the world responds to you. This isn't just a motivational statement, it's rooted in science. The field of neuroscience has shown us that our thoughts can physically rewire the brain, a concept known as neuroplasticity. This means that the more you think a certain thought, the stronger the neural pathway associated with that thought becomes. Over time, these thoughts form habits, and those habits shape your personality and ultimately your destiny. Think about this: if you constantly dwell on negative thoughts, worry, fear, self doubt, you are programming your brain to recognize and seek out more negativity in your environment. Your brain becomes a filter, constantly looking for evidence to support what you already believe to be true. If you believe life is hard, unfair, or filled with obstacles, your mind will highlight every challenge and setback, reinforcing that belief. And before you know it, your external world starts reflecting that inner chaos. You'll find yourself stuck in the same patterns, attracting the same kind of people and facing the same problems, wondering why nothing ever changes. But here's the transformative truth: if your thoughts have the power to create a negative reality, they also have the power to create a positive one. When you begin to consciously shift your thoughts towards optimism, gratitude, and possibility, you start to rewire your brain in a way that supports growth and success. You begin to notice opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You attract people and situations that align with your new mindset. The world hasn't changed, you have. Let's take it a step further. Your body responds to your thoughts as if they are real. When you think a stressful thought, your brain sends signals to your body to release stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate increases, your muscles tense, and your body prepares for a fight or flight response. This reaction is helpful in a life-threatening situation, but when it becomes chronic due to constant negative thinking, it leads to anxiety, burnout, and even physical illness. On the other hand, when you focus on positive, empowering thoughts, your body releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. Your immune system strengthens, your energy increases, and you feel more motivated and alive. This isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It's about creating a state of being that supports long-term health and happiness. Now, you might be thinking, but I can't control every thought that pops into my head. And that's true. You can't always control the first thought, but you can control the second one. You have the power to choose which thoughts you entertain and which ones you let go. It's like tending a garden. You can't always prevent weeds from sprouting, but you can choose to pull them out before they take over. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes. Over time, positive thinking becomes your default setting. Visualization is another powerful tool that Dr. Joe Dispenza often talks about. When you vividly imagine your goals and dreams as if they've already happened, you activate the same neural circuits in your brain as you would if you were actually experiencing them. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. This means you can literally train your brain to believe in a future reality before it happens, setting the stage for it to manifest in your life. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with this vision, you become a magnet for the experiences and opportunities that match it. But this isn't about blind positivity or ignoring life's challenges. It's about recognizing that while you can't always control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. Your response begins with your thoughts. Even in difficult situations, you have the power to choose thoughts that empower rather than defeat you. This shift in perspective doesn't just change how you feel in the moment, it changes the trajectory of your life. In the end, your life is a reflection of your most dominant thoughts. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mind. Be intentional with your thoughts because every thought you think is a seed planted in the garden of your reality. Choose thoughts that nurture growth, inspire action, and align with the future you desire. Remember, you are the creator of your reality, and it all begins with the thoughts you choose to think. Most people go through life on autopilot, living out the same routines, thinking the same thoughts, and feeling the same emotions day after day. Without realizing it, they become trapped in a cycle, repeating the same patterns and expecting different results. This is what Joe Dispenza refers to as the habit of being yourself. It's not just about who you are today, it's about the version of yourself that you've unknowingly programmed over years of repetitive thinking, feeling, and behaving. The question is, are you ready to break that habit and step into the person you truly want to become? To understand this, let's dive into how habits are formed. Every time you think a thought, your brain fires neurons. When you repeatedly think the same thoughts, those neurons fire together and wire together, creating strong neural pathways. These pathways form the foundation of your beliefs, behaviors, and personality. For example, if you constantly think, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," those thoughts become deeply ingrained in your mind. Over time, they turn into automatic responses that shape your reality. You start behaving in ways that reinforce those beliefs, and your life reflects that inner dialogue. But it's not just your thoughts. Your emotions play a huge role in this cycle. Every thought you have triggers a chemical reaction in your body, producing emotions that align with that thought. Think about a time when you felt stressed or anxious. Your heart rate increased, your muscles tensed, and your body prepared for a fight or flight response. Now imagine feeling that way every day because of repetitive negative thinking. Your body becomes addicted to the chemical cocktail of stress, worry, and fear. Even when there's no immediate threat, your body craves those familiar emotions because that's what it's used to. This is how your mind and body become conditioned to the habit of being yourself. So, how do you break free from this cycle? The first step is awareness. You have to become conscious of your unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. Most people don't even realize they're stuck in these patterns because they've been living them for so long. Start paying attention to your internal dialogue. What stories are you telling yourself? What emotions do you default to throughout the day? Are you constantly reliving past mistakes or worrying about the future? Once you recognize these patterns, you can begin to disrupt them. But awareness alone isn't enough. You need to take action to create change. Dr. Dispenza emphasizes the importance of stepping into the unknown. This means doing things differently than you've done before. It means thinking new thoughts, feeling new emotions, and behaving in ways that align with the person you want to become, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Change is never easy because your body and mind will resist it. They're used to the familiar, even if the familiar isn't serving you. But growth happens outside of your comfort zone. One powerful tool for breaking the habit of being yourself is meditation. Meditation allows you to quiet the noise of the external world and tune into your inner self. It's a space where you can observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment and begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. Through meditation, you can visualize the future you desire and feel the emotions associated with that future as if it's already happening. This process helps to create new neural pathways in your brain, rewiring it for success, joy, and abundance. Another key aspect of breaking the habit is changing your environment. Your surroundings play a significant role in reinforcing your habits. If you're constantly in the same places, around the same people, and doing the same things, it's easy to fall back into old patterns. Try changing your routine, seeking out new experiences, and surrounding yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. When you expose yourself to new environments, you force your brain to adapt and grow, making it easier to break free from old habits. It's also important to set clear intentions for who you want to become. This isn't just about setting goals, it's about embodying the identity of your future self. Ask yourself, who do I want to be? What kind of thoughts would that person think? What emotions would they feel? How would they behave? Start aligning your daily actions with the answers to these questions. When you consistently show up as the person you want to become, you begin to rewire your brain and body to support that new identity. Finally, be patient and compassionate with yourself. Breaking the habit of being yourself is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks and moments of doubt, but that's part of the process. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remind yourself that change takes time. The fact that you're even aware of these patterns and willing to do the work is a huge step forward. In the end, you are not bound by your past or your current circumstances. You have the power to break free from the habit of being yourself and create a new reality. It starts with a single decision: the decision to think differently, feel differently, and act differently. When you make that choice consistently, you step into the limitless potential of who you truly are. The present moment is the most powerful place you can be. Yet, for many of us, it's also the most difficult place to stay. Our minds are constantly wandering, replaying past mistakes, reliving old memories, or anxiously projecting into the future. But here's the truth: the past is gone. The future isn't here yet, and the only moment that truly exists is now. Dr. Joe Dispenza emphasizes that true transformation and personal growth happen when we fully embrace the present moment. It's in the now that we can break free from old patterns, rewire our brains, and create the life we desire. But why is the present moment so powerful? It's because when you're fully present, you step out of the mental noise that keeps you stuck. Most of our suffering comes from either dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Think about it. How often do you catch yourself replaying a conversation in your head, wishing you'd said something different, or stressing over something that hasn't even happened yet? These thought patterns create unnecessary anxiety and stress, pulling us away from the only place where real change can occur: the present. When you're anchored in the present moment, you're no longer a prisoner of your past experiences or future fears. You're free to respond to life with clarity, creativity, and purpose. This is where true power lies. In the present, you can make conscious choices instead of reacting based on old habits and conditioning. You gain control over your thoughts and emotions, and with that control, you can shape your reality. But living in the present isn't just about mental clarity. It has profound effects on your physical health as well. When your mind is constantly stressed about the past or future, your body stays in a state of chronic stress. This triggers the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which over time can lead to fatigue, weakened immunity, and even disease. On the other hand, when you're present and calm, your body shifts into a state of relaxation and healing. Your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens, and your body can repair and regenerate itself. This isn't just spiritual talk, it's backed by science. Studies show that practices like mindfulness and meditation, which help you stay present, can reduce stress, improve immune function, and increase overall well-being. One of the biggest barriers to living in the present is our attachment to the past. Many people carry around emotional baggage from previous experiences. Whether it's regret, guilt, anger, or sadness, these emotions become part of our identity, and we unconsciously replay them over and over again in our minds. But holding on to the past keeps us stuck. It's like trying to drive forward while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. You can't move ahead if you're always focused on what's behind you. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that in order to create a new future, you have to let go of your past. That means forgiving yourself and others, releasing old stories, and choosing to focus on the present. It doesn't mean ignoring or denying your past, but rather acknowledging it, learning from it, and then moving forward. When you release the emotional charge of past experiences, you free up energy that can be used to create new, positive experiences. Another barrier to living in the present is fear of the future. We often project our worries and anxieties onto what might happen, creating stress over situations that haven't even occurred. But the future is not set in stone. It's shaped by the choices you make right now. When you focus on the present and take aligned actions, you create a future that reflects your intentions and desires. Worrying about what might happen only distracts you from the power you have to influence what will happen. So, how do you cultivate the power of the present moment? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and notice when your mind drifts to the past or future. Gently bring yourself back to the present by focusing on your breath, your surroundings, or your current task. Simple practices like mindfulness, meditation, or even just pausing to take a deep breath can help anchor you in the now. Another powerful tool is gratitude. When you focus on what you're grateful for in the present moment, you shift your energy from lack and fear to abundance and appreciation. Gratitude helps you see the beauty and opportunities that exist right now, rather than focusing on what's missing or what might go wrong. Engaging fully in whatever you're doing is another way to stay present. Whether you're eating a meal, having a conversation, or going for a walk, immerse yourself completely in the experience. Notice the sights, sounds, and sensations around you. This not only enhances your enjoyment of life, but also strengthens your ability to stay grounded in the present. It's also important to practice self-compassion. When you catch your mind wandering, don't judge yourself or get frustrated. Gently guide your attention back to the present. Like any skill, staying present takes practice. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, and the more you'll notice the positive impact it has on your life. In the end, the present moment is all you ever really have. It's where life happens, where change is possible, and where your power lies. By embracing the now, you open yourself up to new possibilities, deeper connections, and a more fulfilling life. So take a deep breath, let go of the past, release your worries about the future, and step into the power of the present moment, because this moment is where your true potential lives. Emotions are powerful forces that shape our perception of reality, influence our decisions, and dictate how we interact with the world around us. Dispenza often emphasizes the idea that emotions are the end product of experiences. This means that every time we go through something, whether it's a joyful event or a painful one, our body responds with an emotional reaction. These emotions are not just fleeting feelings, they become deeply embedded in our minds and bodies, shaping our future thoughts, behaviors, and even our identity. Understanding this connection between experiences and emotions is key to transforming our lives. When we experience something significant, our brain processes the event and assigns it meaning. This meaning triggers a chemical response in the body, producing emotions like happiness, fear, anger, or sadness. For example, imagine getting a promotion at work. Your brain interprets this as a success, releasing dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals that make you feel happy, proud, and accomplished. On the flip side, if you experience a breakup or a failure, your brain may interpret it as a threat or loss, releasing stress hormones like cortisol, which can make you feel anxious, sad, or even depressed. These emotional responses are natural and serve an important purpose. They help us navigate our environment, signaling what is safe, what is rewarding, and what should be avoided. However, the challenge arises when we allow past emotional experiences to define us. If we constantly relive negative experiences and the emotions associated with them, we become stuck in a cycle of emotional conditioning. Our body starts to memorize these emotions, and over time, we begin to identify with them. For instance, if someone experienced betrayal in the past, they might carry the emotions of distrust and anger long after the event has passed. Even in new relationships, where there is no reason to feel that way, they might unconsciously expect betrayal and react with suspicion or defensiveness. This is because their body has become accustomed to those emotions, and their mind keeps replaying the same mental scripts. The original experience may be over, but the emotional imprint lingers, influencing how they perceive and interact with the world. Dr. Dispenza explains that this emotional conditioning can trap us in the past, making it difficult to create a new future. When we wake up every day feeling the same emotions, thinking the same thoughts, and engaging in the same behaviors, we're essentially living in a loop Our brain and body don't recognize the difference between the past and the present because we keep emotionally reliving old experiences. This is why people often feel stuck, unable to break free from patterns of behavior that no longer serve them. But here's the empowering part. Just as emotions are the end product of experiences, new emotions can be the end product of new experiences. And the exciting thing is, we don't have to wait for life to deliver those experiences. We can create them internally through intention and awareness. By consciously choosing to think new thoughts and focus on positive, empowering emotions, we can begin to rewire our brains and change the chemical signals in our bodies. One of the most effective ways to do this is through visualization and meditation. When you vividly imagine a desired future, whether it's achieving a goal, improving a relationship, or feeling more confident, you activate the same neural circuits in your brain as you would if you were actually experiencing it in real life. Your body starts to feel the emotions of success, joy, or gratitude as if they're happening now. This practice not only helps you break free from the emotional ties to past experiences, but also sets the stage for new positive experiences to manifest in your life. Another key aspect is becoming aware of your emotional triggers. Start paying attention to the emotions that arise in different situations and ask yourself, where is this coming from? Is this emotion tied to something in my past? Or is it a reaction to what's happening right now? This kind of self-reflection helps you distinguish between old emotional patterns and genuine present moment experiences. When you recognize that certain emotions are tied to past experiences, you can choose to respond differently instead of falling into the same habitual reactions. Gratitude is another powerful tool for shifting emotional states. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you train your brain to seek out positive experiences and release feel-good chemicals like dopamine. Gratitude shifts your attention from what's lacking or painful to what's abundant and fulfilling. Over time, this practice helps you create a new emotional baseline where feelings of appreciation and joy become your default state rather than stress or negativity. It's important to understand that this process doesn't happen overnight. Emotions, especially deeply ingrained ones, take time to shift. But with consistent practice, you can retrain your brain and body to let go of old emotional patterns and embrace new, empowering ones. This is the essence of personal transformation. When you change the way you feel, you change the way you think. And when you change your thoughts, you change your reality. So, in the end, your emotions are powerful indicators of the experiences you've had, but they don't have to define who you are. You have the ability to choose new experiences, cultivate new emotions, and create a future that reflects your highest potential. By understanding the connection between emotions and experiences, and by consciously choosing to feel differently, you open the door to a life filled with growth, fulfillment, and joy. It's a relaxation technique or a way to calm the mind. It's a powerful tool for transformation. Dr. Joe Dispenza emphasizes that meditation is the gateway to changing not just how we feel in the moment, but who we are at a fundamental level. Through meditation, we can rewire our brains, reset our emotional responses, and ultimately create a new version of ourselves. It's a process that goes beyond simply sitting quietly. It's about tuning into the present moment, breaking free from the past, and consciously designing our future. Most people live their lives in a state of unconscious repetition. They wake up each day thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, and engaging in the same behaviors as the day before. This creates a loop where the past continues to shape the present and future. Over time, these repetitive thoughts and emotions become deeply ingrained in the brain's neural pathways, forming our habits, beliefs, and even our identity. If we want to change our lives, we have to break this cycle, and meditation is the key. When you meditate, you step out of the constant stream of thoughts and emotions that usually dominate your mind. You create a space where you can observe your internal world without judgment or attachment. This awareness is the first step toward transformation. By becoming conscious of your unconscious patterns, you gain the power to change them. Instead of reacting automatically to life's challenges, you can choose how to respond. This shift from reactivity to conscious choice is where true growth begins. One of the most profound effects of meditation is its ability to rewire the brain. Neuroscience has shown that the brain is highly adaptable, capable of forming new neural connections throughout life, a concept known as neuroplasticity. When you consistently practice meditation, you strengthen neural pathways associated with focus, self awareness, and emotional regulation, while weakening those linked to stress, anxiety, and negative thinking. This rewiring process helps you break free from old habits and create new, healthier ones. Dr. Dispenza often talks about the importance of moving beyond the analytical mind during meditation. The analytical mind is the part of us that constantly evaluates, judges, and compares. It keeps us stuck in familiar thought patterns and limits our ability to see new possibilities. By quieting this part of the mind, we can tap into the subconscious, where our deepest beliefs and programming reside. This is where true transformation happens. When you access the subconscious, you can replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, opening the door to new opportunities and experiences. Another powerful aspect of meditation is its ability to shift our emotional state. Emotions are the chemical signals that reflect our thoughts. When we think negatively, we feel negative emotions like fear, anger, or sadness. These emotions, in turn, reinforce negative thinking, creating a self-perpetuating cycle. Meditation helps break this cycle by allowing us to observe our emotions without getting caught up in them. Through practices like mindfulness and breath awareness, we can calm the nervous system, reduce stress hormones, and cultivate positive emotions like gratitude, compassion, and joy. Visualization is a particularly transformative form of meditation. By vividly imagining a desired outcome and feeling the emotions associated with that outcome as if it's already happened, we can begin to reprogram the brain and body for success. Dr. Dispenza teaches that when we combine clear intention with elevated emotion, we create a powerful signal that attracts. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's rooted in the science of how our thoughts and emotions influence our brain chemistry and ultimately shape our experiences. Meditation also helps us connect with something greater than ourselves, whether you view this as a connection to the universe, a higher power, or simply the collective energy of life. Meditation fosters a sense of unity and interconnectedness. This perspective can be incredibly healing, especially when we feel isolated or disconnected from our purpose. By tuning into this greater awareness, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world, which can lead to profound shifts in how we live our lives. One of the biggest misconceptions about meditation is that it requires perfection. Many people believe they can't meditate because their mind wanders or they can't sit still. But meditation isn't about achieving a perfectly blank mind. It's about noticing when your mind wanders and gently bringing your focus back to the present. Each time you do this, you strengthen your ability to stay present and aware. It's like training a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger your focus becomes. Consistency is key when it comes to meditation. Just as you wouldn't expect to build physical strength from one workout, you can't expect lasting transformation from a single meditation session. It's a practice that requires patience and commitment, but the rewards are well worth the effort. Over time, you'll notice shifts in how you think, feel, and respond to life's challenges. You'll find yourself more calm, centered, and resilient, able to navigate life with greater clarity and purpose. In the end, meditation is more than just a tool for relaxation. It's a gateway to transformation. It allows us to break free from the past, rewire our brains, and create a future aligned with our highest potential. Through meditation, we can change not just how we feel in the moment, but who we are at the deepest level. It's a journey inward that leads to profound changes outward, empowering us to live more fully, authentically, and joyfully. Aligning your heart and mind is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward living a balanced, fulfilling, and authentic life. Dr. Joe Dispenza emphasizes that true transformation happens when your thoughts, the domain of the mind, and your emotions, the language of the heart, are in harmony. When these two forces are aligned, you unlock a state of coherence that not only impacts your mental and emotional well-being, but also influences your physical health and your ability to manifest the life you desire. Most of us live our lives in a state of internal conflict, where our minds and hearts are pulling us in different directions. We might think we want something like a new job or a healthier lifestyle, but deep down, our emotions are tied to fear, doubt, or past failures. This disconnect creates resistance, making it difficult to move forward or achieve our goals. For example, you may have the intention to start a new business, but if your heart is filled with anxiety or a lack of confidence, your actions will reflect that inner turmoil, and you'll find yourself stuck or self-sabotaging. The mind is powerful. It generates thoughts, ideas, and plans. But thoughts alone aren't enough to create change. It's the emotions tied to those thoughts that give them power. When your mind is focused on a clear intention and your heart is filled with the emotions of belief, passion, and gratitude, you create a state of alignment that Dr. Dispenza refers to as heart-brain coherence. This coherence is not just a metaphysical concept. It's a scientifically measurable state where the heart and brain operate in sync, leading to greater emotional stability, improved cognitive function, and enhanced physical health. When the heart and mind are out of sync, it's like trying to drive a car with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. You might be putting in effort, but you're not going anywhere fast. This internal conflict can lead to stress, anxiety, and even physical illness. Chronic stress, in particular, is often the result of this misalignment. The mind may be pushing forward, but the heart is holding back, creating a constant state of tension in the body. Over time, this can weaken the immune system, disrupt hormonal balance, and contribute to conditions like high blood pressure, fatigue, and depression. On the other hand, when your heart and mind are aligned, you enter a state of flow. You feel more energized, focused, and inspired. Challenges don't seem as overwhelming because you're approaching them from a place of inner harmony. Decisions become clearer, and you find yourself attracting people and opportunities that align with your intentions. This is because coherence doesn't just affect your internal state. It influences the energy you project into the world, which in turn shapes your external experiences. So, how do you align your heart and mind? The first step is awareness. Pay attention to the thoughts running through your mind and the emotions resonating in your heart. Are they in agreement or is there a disconnect? For instance, if you're pursuing a goal but feel constant anxiety or self-doubt, that's a sign your heart isn't fully on board. Acknowledge these feelings without judgment and explore where they're coming from. Sometimes our hearts hold on to past wounds or fears that our minds have tried to ignore. By bringing these emotions to the surface, we can begin to heal and release them. Meditation is a powerful tool for creating heart-mind alignment. Practices that focus on breath work, visualization, and mindfulness help quiet the analytical mind and open the heart. Dr. Dispenza often recommends meditations that involve focusing on elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and compassion. These emotions have a high vibrational frequency that helps bring the heart into coherence, which in turn influences the brain to create more positive, aligned thoughts. When you meditate on a clear intention while feeling deep gratitude for its realization, as if it has already happened, you're programming both your heart and mind to work together toward that outcome. Another effective practice is heart sub-zero active breathing, which involves directing your breath to the area of your heart while focusing on feelings of appreciation or care. This simple technique has been shown to shift the body into a state of coherence, reducing stress and enhancing emotional clarity. Over time, regularly practicing heart sub-zero breathing can help retrain your nervous system to respond to life's challenges with greater calm and resilience. Journaling can also help bridge the gap between the heart and mind. By writing down your thoughts and feelings, you create space to explore any discrepancies between what you think you want and what you truly feel. This process of self-reflection can uncover hidden fears or limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. Once identified, you can consciously choose to replace them with thoughts and emotions that are in alignment with your goals and values. Another important aspect of aligning your heart and mind is living in authenticity. Often misalignment occurs when we're trying to live according to others' expectations rather than our own values and desires. When you listen to your heart and honor your true self, you naturally create alignment. This means setting boundaries, making choices that resonate with your inner truth, and being honest about what you want from life. The more you practice living authentically, the easier it becomes to maintain heart mind coherence. Gratitude plays a crucial role in this alignment. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your attention from lack to abundance, from fear to love. Gratitude is a powerful emotional state that opens the heart and helps synchronize it with the mind. Even during challenging times, finding things to be grateful for can create a shift in perspective that fosters resilience and hope. In the end, aligning your heart and mind isn't a one time event, it's an ongoing practice. Life will always present challenges that test your inner harmony, but each moment offers an opportunity to realign. By cultivating awareness, practicing meditation and mindfulness, and living authentically, you can create a life where your thoughts and emotions work together in harmony. This alignment not only leads to greater personal fulfillment, but also empowers you to create meaningful change in the world around you. When your heart and mind are in sync, you become a powerful force for transformation, capable of living a life that reflects your highest potential.